Hey everyone, this is MysteryFilmFan, and this is going to be a review of the new trailer of Dark Knight Rises. No one else is doing it, so I thought, why not? So, why are these trailers for Dark Knight Rises? Well, I don't think it's economic, which is that Dark Knight Rises wants to be the Avengers. No, I think there's a very easy way to do this. Be a better film than the Avengers. Now, the Avengers is probably going to have more box office because Dark Knight Rises isn't in 3D, and and you get more money from being in 3D, and I mean, you may get a lot more money from the IMAX because I do know that has some shots in IMAX, and I do know that maybe some people may go and watch it more than once in IMAX. However, I will talk about the trailer now. We get a little bit more of things. Now, I wouldn't say we get spoilers or anything, but we just get a little bit more of dialogue. For example, we have more of the great score from Hans Zimmer. I really like the way that Hans Zimmer and Nolan work together. It's sort of a symbiotic relationship. I mean, people are going, oh god, I can't believe the other guy, I'm sorry, I can't remember the guy's name, but he said, and this is a quote directly from him, he felt he was a bit of a third wheel because Nolan and Zimmer worked so well together, and that's very good. I mean, that's the best way to build a relationship between a filmmaker and the sound editor. This is why somebody like, let's say, Quentin Tarantino can never have score in his film, because he's scared of, like, you know, the way that sound editing works, even though he doesn't really understand it. This is the way it's supposed to work. Next, let's go to what's really great. I like the fact that we get a bit more of Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, John Blake. Now, for those who don't know, John Blake in the comics takes over Batman's mantle when Batman has his back broken in Nightfall. I don't know if that's the route they're going. Again, if it is, then that's fine, as long as they build up Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character enough so he can take up that mantle. Again, there's nothing wrong with somebody else taking on the mantle of Batman because it's been done by loads of other people before, but they need to have a character. They need to have the drive that it takes Batman to become Batman. Now, the other great thing is we get some more Bane. Like, there's a great shot of Batman, you know, rattling his face and then turning around and seeing Bane standing there. It's a great shot, and he goes, Mr. Wayne, and it's a pretty damn. It's just like, Jesus, and then you just see, you know, loads of action and then the songs, and then it has one of the best lines in the film, I reckon, which is going to be, he goes, "Where's my car? Your wife took it." My wife, and you just see, he goes, and then you see the outfit, and that's one thing that I thought the Dark Knight was missing, was that genuine sense of humour that was in the first one, because the first one had genuine senses of humour. It wasn't just a total dark film, and I understand that Dark Knight was a different film from Batman Begins, but I honestly think that Batman Begins is the better film, Batman film anyway. I think that Dark Knight's is a good crime thriller, because it's starring Batman, and maybe that's, I mean, again, that's what I like about it, but I think this is more of a Batman film. This is more about his arc, about him rediscovering what it is to become Batman again. Now, the thing that's interesting to me is because we've been through this story a couple of times with Spider-Man. Now, if you look at Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, he went through this twice. Both times saying, I don't want to be Spider-Man. But now, the first time he did it, it was fine. It was believable. You believed that he wanted to be with Mary Jane, he wanted to be good at school, he wanted to do all this, and turn his back on Spider-Man. But this time, but that was only for a little bit. Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight has turned his back on Batman for 8 years. Now that's going to be a lot of time that he has to rediscover if he can still be Batman. Now, from the trailer so far, this is going to be probably a very, very good film. Now, I'm not one to say, oh, well, it's going to be better than this, better than that. Again, I can't judge a film until it comes out, and then post what I think. But I think so far from what we've seen, it's going to be a damn impressive film. the only thing I can see dividing people, and this is the only thing I can see going against his favourite, is what its ending is. Because there are going to be people saying, "Oh, I don't like that ending," because they're going to say, "Oh, this should have happened to Batman," or "This other thing should have happened to Batman." "Oh, I don't like the fact that Batman is this, or Batman is that, or that Bruce Wayne's this, or Bruce Wayne's that." Again, if Bruce Wayne's disabled, to say, "Oh, I wish he was dead." If he was dead, I wish he was alive. If he's still Batman, but he decides to retire, they'll say, "Oh, why wasn't his back broken?" Again, there'll be many fan backlashes, because look what's happened to Prometheus. Everybody hates certain parts of it. But saying that, I can't wait for this film to come out, and I really do hope it's as good as I want it to be, because this film may be suggesting one of the best movie trilogies of all time. Now, we already have Toy Story 3, which is a great trilogy, one of the few great trilogies out there. And I know people will say, "Oh, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars," but again, the Godfather, although those trilogies have weak points, yes, they have great films in them, but they have weak points. For example, Return of the Jedi is rubbish because it's just, as Clerks said, it's just Muppets in space. Godfather 3 lets the side down, Lord of the Rings 2, that's just a lot of walking. This may be one of the few great trilogies that there's not a weak point at. There's not a film that you can say that really lets the side down as regards to film. As regards to Batman film, I'd say that the second one really isn't a Batman film, but that's my only gripe with it. However, it will be a testament to somebody like Nolan that he can make a great trilogy, and people probably will put it in the pantheon of great trilogy and be like there with Toy Story 3, with a lot of other trilogies, as just like, the high mark of what you can get in a trilogy. Now, I'm just hoping that this film does well if it's really, really, really good. And again, if it's really, really good, I will tell you. Anyway, thanks, Nokia, for putting this up. I think we should stop with the Dark Knight trailers now, because you're going to start depressing people. You're going to start oversaturating your market. Now, you just do enough to make people want to see it. Now, you did some of the MTV Awards, and you've done some of this. I think now this should be the final one. This should be it. You should be going, right, no more. We've done what we're going to do. Right, let's just have our TV spots. TV spots, fine. Put your TV spots out there. People will be more up to see it. Anyway, I'd like to know what you think. This is MysteryFilmFan saying, let's hope that the Dark Knight Rises is good, and bring on July 20th.